Welcome back. So, a little bit of a news of the day type video today. I'm going to start off with something that was reported on Reddit, saw it on Discord, and thought, let's have a discussion. So, apparently, the Pittsburgh Penguins' potential, I'm going to say fourth jersey leak. Remember, this year we have our third jerseys, and then we're going to have fourth jerseys. We're going to have retro, throwback jerseys. And during this economic downturn that we've seen for sports and just in general in the economy, I think we're going to see a lot of different jerseys. And so what Pittsburgh's come up with is basically this, just reversed. A white logo or a white jersey where the word mark logo is in black. And instead of the Robo Penguin on the sleeve, it's this penguin minus the triangle. And it's got like a triangulated shoulder design as well. So, like the old Robo Penguin jerseys had. If that's their fourth, I get what they're doing. That'd be a throwback to not only this jersey, but to their initial jerseys when they entered the NHL. They wore blue and white jerseys, and it just had the word Pittsburgh across, like the Rangers. Same kind of idea, but Pittsburgh. So, yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm wearing this one, because I thought, yeah, well, I've got the black version, so I might as well wear that so I can use it as a talking point. And we'll see if that's what they come out with. Again, look for a lot of jerseys to get revealed over the next, I'll say, month and a half. World Juniors. So normally when World Juniors come on, it's at a time of the year where I'm really, really busy with National Hockey League stuff, and I don't have time for it. This year, that may not be a problem. Christmas Day is the planned start date for the World Juniors this year, and it could be very, very interesting. Because the NHL isn't playing, and we don't have as much worries about, are those players going to be released? You could have stacked lineups for this World Junior tournament. And not only that, but because we won't have seen any hockey for months, the World Juniors, I would think, would attract record ratings. Not just in Canada, but in the States. Hopefully it gets picked up in the States. World Junior tournaments are very good hockey, and it's very entertaining. These kids play their hearts out, and so it's going to be interesting. Very, very interesting to see how this year's World Junior tournament goes. And yeah, so I will likely be able to cover that in a way that I haven't on this channel before, due to the fact that there won't be much going on with the NHL. Now, it's possible, if the NHL, let's say the NHL started on January 1st, that'd be like a week before the start of the season, I would still have time to cover World Juniors. So yeah, and then you guys could look forward to me reviewing games and stuff of that nature. World Junior games, which would be weird. Gotta be honest, it's gonna be weird, but no weirder than watching a baseball game and taking notes on that. So there you go. Carson Kuhlman has signed a 2-year extension with the Boston Bruins, average of $725,000. That's the cap hit, and I like Kuhlman. I think there's still some upside there. I think he's potentially capable of scoring more points, and I think it's a bargain signing. There's a lot of bargain contracts right now in the NHL. A ton of them. When you're seeing Nordstrom after the year he had in Boston, which was pretty good, signing for league minimum in Calgary, and well over a week after free agency opened, that tells you all you need to know about the market. That it is a quiet market. And feeding into the next article is exactly that. MacKenzie Weegar has been talking to the Florida Panthers. He's not happy with how those talks have gone. And keep in mind, just as an asterisk, 24 hours before Gallagher signs a major extension with Montreal, we were hearing about how those talks have stalled. Yeah, those talks, they're not going anywhere. And then, oh, yeah, no, he signs a 6-year extension. Psych. So, it doesn't mean Weegar won't sign with Florida, but for Florida, they may not feel a lot of pressure to sign Weegar, because I maybe they undervalue what he brings. He's a very good defensive defenseman, and I think they would greatly miss him. At a time where Florida fans have been very vocal about, okay, so we've got Yandel, we've got Ekblad, these guys can play offense. We need somebody who can play defense, like Weegar. And it's almost as if Florida Panthers management went, oh, so you want us to get rid of Weegar because he's making the other guys look bad. No, that's not what we're saying at all. All right, you guys heard him. Get rid of Weegar, lowball him, and then trade him. So if he is going to be traded, there's going to be a lot of teams that are in on him. Just saying. At a time where there's a lot of bargain contracts out there, Weegar is going to be a popular target if he's up for trade. And there's a reason for that. Anyways, so we'll see what goes on there. Dadonov raised some eyebrows when he signed with Ottawa. And apparently there were a number of teams that were in on him. And I have to think Boston was probably making him offers. I have to think it's possible the team down the road, Vancouver, was making him offers. Dallas may have been making him offers. A lot of teams that likely would have been in on Dadonov because he's a good scoring winger and he's a veteran. And he went to Ottawa. He feels that he can help them the most. And that he will be seen as a mentor. And the team is echoing this as well, that he is expected to kind of mentor the young kids. I think it's a solid choice for that reason. So when we look at Dadonov and Hoffman, the two wingers that left Florida, I thought the better of the two for Florida to keep would be Dadonov. Even though Hoffman's the better scorer, I like Dadonov as all around as a better player than Hoffman. So I think Ottawa's going to be happy. I think their fans are going to be quite happy with Dadonov. He is a very solid player. And as long as he can stay healthy, I think he's an excellent choice to mentor the other kids. And he can put the puck in the net. You definitely need players that can do that if you're Ottawa. So I think he's a good ad for that reason. And I don't think his contract's completely out of line either. Speaking of Hoffman, and this applies to other free agents who are out there as well, not just Hoffman. Hoffman's sticking to his guns. He knows what he wants and for what term he's looking for. For other free agents that are out there, right now, they might be SOL because teams in the NHL right now are very focused on arbitration and making sure the restricted free agents are in line. I will say this, and arbitrations are done on November 8th, so maybe it's November 9th. We'll see some guys get signed. But at least that's when it would start. But one thing that I like that's going on right now is that we're seeing some real smart decisions, I think, from general managers in terms of where the money's going and to who. And there doesn't seem to be this huge rush. Despite us having a free agency that saw, dozens of players get signed the first day and we have all these guys get signed the second, it's a much more measured free agent period that we're seeing now than I've ever seen. And so I would expect to see Hoffman sign. I'd expect to see Vatanen sign. And the reality is that with the economic uncertainty going forward, and with the reality that teams just don't have cap money, and they're not going to next year. It's not like they can look and go, well, next year we'll have it. No. And the latest projections I've seen are that if you're looking at sporting events and having, enough people in attendance to maybe make a profit if you're the NHL, it's probably going to be April at the earliest is what the projections are on the American side of the border and the Canadian side of the border. I don't think there's going to be, I think those two countries are going to be in lockstep in terms of saying, okay, now it's safe, we can do this again. So for the NHL, it's gonna be tough. You're not gonna see them wait until the month of April to start a regular season. They can't do that. So we'll see what happens with the NHL and with these players that are still out there. But for the players sticking to their guns, hey, you might get one chance to cash in. For players that have said, all right, well, we'll accept less money now for more money potentially later, I understand that as well. So we'll see how things turn out. And now that I've said all this, Hoffman will sign later today somewhere. But, that's the way that works. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.